kicking off Halloween week at Universal Studios Hollywood. Welcome everyone to entertainment tonight. We've got a lot of fun ahead, but here on this lot is also where Matthew Perry once filmed Home Free back in 1993. That was his last sitcom before Friends.
And now some of those closest to Matthew are speaking out. We have that and the latest in the death investigation.
Agent 23, Rescue 23, MS 9 on the radio. Respond to the drowning.
LA firefighters who were first on the scene tell ET they found Matt unconscious in a standalone jacuzzi and removed him from the water. They determined Matthew had already passed away. So how did the 54-year-old actor die? And what evidence will investigators be looking at? We spoke to former prosecutor Neama Rahmani.
The video surveillance of the hot tub is going to be key to show what Perry was doing right before he entered the tub and his actions in the tub. He could have suffered a seizure, for instance, and drowned, or he could have potentially overdosed and suffered a cardiac arrest.
Sources tell NBC News that Matthew's assistant had left to run an errand and upon return found him unresponsive. Another factor?
Perry had just moved into the house, so we don't know whether the hot tub malfunctioned, for instance. Maybe the temperature was too hot. Maybe Perry didn't know how to use it because he wasn't familiar with it. So that's going to be an important piece of evidence for investigators.
And there's Matthew's complicated medical history, which includes an addiction to painkillers, an exploded colon, and 2 weeks in a coma.
My parents were told that I had a 2% chance of making it through the night.
The amount of time that Perry was in the hot tub will be key. Hundreds of people die every year in hot tubs, and it could be because their body temperature goes up and they pass out. Or it could be that, they fall asleep because of the temperature and then drown.
As the investigation continues, the Friends cast is processing its grief.
The only thing that I'm gonna miss is you.
They released a joint statement saying, "We are all so utterly devastated by the loss of Matthew. We were more than just castmates. We are a family."
It's a very loving, tight-knit group.
Matthew's former fiancée, Molly Hurwitz, posted this pic of the actor in silhouette and wrote, "Being with him as he rediscovered his brilliance was magical."
You are everything I never knew I always wanted.
Fans are also remembering Matthew with the Friends theme song. It hit about 2 million streams on Spotify and YouTube since Saturday, and the actor's memoir, which he also narrated, has returned to #1 on Amazon.
Reading it was almost impossible. It was like I disassociated a little bit. I looked at the book and I was just like, this guy has had like the most torturous life. I can't believe it. And then I realized it was me that I was talking about.